So much blood. Yay.
I can handle it.
Let's loot some mugs and stuff. Who are you? What happened to my family? I was safe, but they... Will I ever see them again? Oh, Joran Vhane. I think that's the brother Staunton was talking about. A grizzled dwarf turns a blade in his collar's hands, carefully inspecting its edge. When he sees you approaching, he sets the blade aside and greets you with a nod. A new face in the city. You picked a good time to come to Kenabres. As you can see, we're in sore need of warriors. Ah, I can show him the... very smart. Already almost completely forgot about Radiance. Do you know everyone in Kenabres by sight? Well, not everyone, but it makes my business to know the people who might need my services. A blacksmith's serve isn't just at the anvil, you know. If you know who's who in the city, maybe you can tell me something about Count Arundel. I'll tell you, why not? Everyone knows the story, you see, but you could say that I'm the one who found it, in a way. The Arundels are a very wealthy, ancient line, and they hail from the outlying areas of Kenabres. That's where the Arundel family seat is, along with their ancestral lands. In the past, if Mendif was ever feuding with Sarkorian, or some clans from where there was causing trouble, the Count and Countess Arundel were the ones who would defend the border with their soldiers. Ah, so the family was way more noble. Their main residence was called Heaven's Edge. It still stands to this day, north of here, on the road toward Dresden. But no one lives there now. Around 10 years or so ago, there was a grand celebration held in the estate. The mother and the guardian of the current count invited the great and the good to celebrate their birthday. The entire Arundel clan was there, as well as many other nobles. And then, without warning, the demon struck. Clearly, they couldn't ignore such a perfect opportunity to cut down so many of Mendif's great dynasties in one fell swoop. There was even a chance that the queen herself would make an appearance, for she was related to the count as well. Well, when no news came from the estate, a troop of inquisitors was sent to investigate. They forced open the gates and discovered a manor full of corpses. They all perished, Joran says sorrowfully. The servants, the guards, the guests, including some of iomedae's chosen clerics and paladins. The demons had unleashed a magical plague, terrifying and strange, the likes of which hadn't ever been seen before, or since. And among all this was young Daeran Arundel, the only survivor. Guess his hedonism is kinda the coping for that, but that doesn't make it any better. The Count had a the Count. Well, maybe that too. The Count had a talent for divine magic since his youth, healing magic in particular, and that must be why he didn't die along with the rest. He couldn't explain he survived the disease. I saw him that day when they brought him into the city, pale and barely conscious of his surroundings. So, that's the story. Since then, Heaven's Edge has stood abandoned, sealed off to the outside world. People are still afraid to go near that place. Maybe it was what I wanted to say, but not what was written. Are you by any chance Staunton Vhane's brother? Yep. Where he goes, I go. That's how we always done it, even before the Worldwound. I forge the armor, he goes into battle and breaks it. He brings it back to me, and I repair it, and makes it better than before. Everything's changed since then, of course, but that part has stayed the same. How exactly was Staunton to blame for the fall of Dresden? I've told this story so many times already. Well, telling it one more time won't kill me. The blacksmith sighs. Dresden was built after the First Crusade, back when it seemed like victory was ours for the king. and that demon invasion would soon be at an end. The population of Old Sarkoris was thoroughly diminished, and many of them hoped to see their hard fighting repaid with a small plot of unclaimed land. Dresden was a fortress built on all our hopes, and on Mendev's ambitions, though you're not supposed to say that out loud. Ugh. So many texts. What a city it was, Logan Aldori. You can't even imagine it. It was built by the finest engineers from the Five King Mountains. Queen Galfrey spared no expense. Dresden was meant to be the capital of the Crusade movement, a monument to its glory and a beacon of hope for all Golarion. Heroes were drawn there to seek fame and glory, and they came from all over. Taldor, Garund, Tianxia, I couldn't list them all. A relic known as the Sword of Valor was kept there, the banner that had been carried into battle by iomedae herself, back when she was still human. That banner protected the city and kept the demon from teleporting inside its walls. As long as that banner was in its place, Dresden was invincible. Or so we thought. Doing very rough voices sometimes is a bit taxing if you do it for a longer time. But then the Worldwound suddenly expanded. The demons launched a new onslaught, and folks started saying it was time to declare the Second Crusade. Dresden was unassailable, until one young officer was tempted by a beautiful woman. She convinced him that the banner shouldn't be hanging in the city, that its rightful place was on the battlefield. She whispered honeyed words about glory and valor, and convinced him that he could be a hero as great as iomedae herself. And the poor fool believed her. He rounded up some of his hot-headed friends and carried the banner outside the city gates on an unauthorized foray. The demons slaughtered them within seconds, but for some reason the courageous ringleader was spared. A whole army teleported into Dresden. It was a bloodbath. Joran solemnly shakes his head. As you can guess, that officer was called Staunton Vhane, and the woman turned out to be a demon. Not just any demon. It was Minhago, that foul wretch. She's given us a lot of grief here in Kenabres too. Just don't ask me what I was doing while my brother was off having trysts with that beast, and why I didn't save him from his own stupidity. The blacksmith gestures as if to ward off the inevitable reprobation. Who could have guessed it would end like this? I failed my brother, that's the truth. I blame myself every day looking at his plight. So, that was the story. I don't think he's to blame for that. What do you have your forge here in the tavern yard? Wherever I am, that's where my forge is. A true master of any craft will always find the tools they need. I miss my old forge, of course. It's now just a pile of charred stone and metal. But I've still got my hands, and that means I can work. Logan Aldori goes ahead and shows radiance to Joran. Do you recognize the sword? Do I recognize it? Of course I do. I made this with my own hands. There's my brand, see? The dwarf carefully takes the sword in his hand, gazing at it like a doting father. Oh, Yarniel, things have been tough without you. But at least we've still got your sword. That's something. Joran returned the sword to you. In battle, ordinary swords get blunted, they break. But sometimes a weapon can preserve. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm no authority on these things, but something like an echo of the deeds done with that weapon. Or more like the reflection of the wielder's soul. I don't know. I will say one thing. Take care of that sword. Yarniel may no longer be with us, but the demons will still remember why they need to turn tail and run when they see radiance. Ugh, the scabbard's all worn. We can't be having a fine sword like this being carried around in this tatty thing. I'll make you a new one if you like. If the city stands strong and we both survive, come see me again and I'll have it ready. No charge. Oh. Thank you, and See you soon. Torek, watch over you. If you need something from me, don't be afraid to stop by. Alright. Who's
Can't make the
Eli?
demons wait.
They're reckless with themselves, get caught up in the demon's claws, and I pick them up. Within a day, they come back riddled with holes, and I see them up again. Do I feel bad about looting all those corpses? No.
Beautiful.
I mean, it's quite some money. Loot. I mean, it's even called loot. Okay. I think, if I saw it correctly, you could banter with Joran. So let's just sell our loot and stuff. Bulk selling. God, that's like over £26. And all the weapons which are not magical. And maybe even the other ones. I don't know. Now I have to look at my party to see if I have to rearrange some things. So yeah, let's just sell the things I am sure I won't use. And you sell +1 stuff. Deal. She already has a very nice shield. I think besides that, no one is using a shield so far. You also have improved armor. I'm still confused that rogues can't wear armor. It just feels so natural from D&D that you can wear light armor that I'm confused. You have to masterwork. He doesn't sell daggers +1 or something. Or cold iron ones, I don't know. Leave it at that. Where am I? Alright. Yeah, let's take Nenio along. I hope it's just enough healing as we have it. We'll try it. What's the worst that could happen? We're just like my internal trigger for quick save. Alright. Yeah. I think we have to go over the market square anyway. And it at least seems like we don't have an urgent time limit currently. So let's go to the market square. And then do maybe the bottom part first and then go up. Not sure if I go to the Grey Garrison alone, or if I have to go back to the Defender's Heart and rally our allies. Alright, now we have to look for our mage. The mean part is that we already explored everything, so it's like I can't even use the map as a hint of where I've been and where I could look for him. Let's just walk around. Oh, it would be really easy if it was him. Yeah, if you want to do cantrips, you can also make it their default attack, which is kind of better than just using crossbows and stuff. Do you have a damage cantrip?
Oh, yes, what?
Oh wow. 1d3 of cold damage is not that much actually.
Soot is restless. I wonder why.
Divine Zap. Let's take that for her.
We'll witness, one way or the other.
Hi Crusader. The eyes of a young lad peer out at you from under the massive helmet. At this proximity, it is obvious that his armor is ill-fitting and mismatched, and the helmet specifically is either very poorly made or a theater prop. It's him, right? Pardon me, I saw you with that shawl. Does this mean you're a friend of Arunca's? What am I saying? Of course it does, so... It's him. That was easy. Great. Inquisitors. The young man's speech is interrupted by the arrival of a new cast of characters. People in the robes of iomedae, Inquisitors appear from all sides, surrounding him. Adept Thal of the Temple of Desna, you are under arrest on suspicion of treason and aiding the demons. You have 1 minute to come quietly. Drag your feet and we'll count that as an attempt to resist justice. The youth's eyes go wide and he says nothing, clearly not knowing what to do. Chaotic sounds like preparing an attack. Oh, it's nice that I have another option cause I'm a follower of Desna. The two. Which tempts me to take it. But I want to try to do it peacefully. Would be what Logan would do. You're torturing this poor boy for nothing. I can't stand for this. Okay, they attack you anyway. We are following orders and acting for the good of the city. The troublemaker must be arrested.
Did we find trouble? No, they did.
Why do we fight each other? There are demons on the loose. We shouldn't. I was just confused that the whole quick slots were empty. So...
You won't survive me.
Cover me, all right?
Yeah. What can you do, Nenio? How about casting Mage Armor? Or Magic Missile?
Can't you just die already?
Critical hit, sneak attack 25. Nice.
I am here all week.
I still really like the effect. Before I forget it, because I will, and I did, yeah, just restocking healing potions on everyone. As you can see, most of them lost them. And I think I'm giving the Sovereign Dragon to Nenio. Take off. Cause she's the master of law skills. What? There it is. So,
You require my unbiased opinion?
activate it.
I
Nice.
feel like the chosen one.
Yeah, I guess witches don't wear armor either. Wizards don't. I have so many guys not wearing any armor. Like everyone besides myself and Seelah. Okay, you saw the Radiance. Interesting, the witch seems to have a bit more weapon skills, proficiencies. But I guess it's due to her being an elf. Alright. Thal. The young man glances at the bodies of the Inquisitors, then turns around. Oh Desna, why, in doing what is right, must we so often be forced to spill blood where it's not necessary? Can this really be the price of the true path and of freedom? Anyway, thank you. I'd have been done for you. I've been done for without you. Very sorry it had to end this way too. I got a little confused about what was right and what wasn't. I was done with the Wardstone. I mean, it's my burden to bear. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go to the Temple of Desna. I want to be alone with the goddess and reflect on all what that has happened. Next quest, go to the temple. You are not allowed to be alone.
I won't let you hurt my
Stab you or
friends.
zap you. Why not both?
Ugh. Yay.
I will help where I can.
Yeah, the nice thing about Daeran is that you have this channel positive energy, which is... I think it's kinda hard to do in fights, cause you heal everyone around you, but it's really nice to heal up outside of combat. Like that. Oh.
What's going on here?
Together we
You're a good
stand.
person. I like you.
Yes.
Right. But I mean... Ember can heal, and I can heal, and Seelah can heal.
Let's see what we can do.
Might be trap.
Oh.
Might be treasure.
Okay. How to get up here? Maybe here? Ah, you can just walk, you don't even... At least you can walk. Hmm. And jump.
Forget it.
Ah!
Rest now?
It failed,
Nah.
so it took time. And part of my party's fatigued. I think that didn't really happen that far. Or I just didn't notice.
I can handle it.
But fatigued is not nice. You get penalties to lots of checks. Area exit, Temple of Desna. Caca. At least there are not like lots of new enemies on the market square. Alright.